Jai Hind students, myself Praveen Kumar, Assistant Professor in AKGEC, Ghaziabad, and today we are going to discuss about the subject Renewable Energy Resources. Subject code is KOE 074, and as far as the content of the today's video lectures are concerned, today we are going to discuss about the introduction about renewable energy resources. So you can say solar, wind, hydro, bioenergy and geothermal. These all comes under renewable energy resources. We will discuss about these in brief in today's lecture itself. So as far as the contents of the today's lectures are concerned, the first point we discuss why renewable energy resources. Then we will discuss about a brief introduction of renewable energy resources. Then we make a comparison between conventional and non-conventional source of energy. And before we conclude today's video lecture, we will discuss about the advantages and the disadvantages of the renewable energy resources, or you can say non-conventional energy resources over conventional source of energy, and at last we have references. So let us start the discussion for the today's video lecture. So why we need renewable energy resources? So this is basically a graph showing the increase in the temperature of the earth due to various reasons, and the major contribution in the increase in this, you can say in 2020 this much is increase 1. So this is global temperature anomaly compared to 1901 to 2000. Okay, so you can say the 2-degree increase in global average surface temperature that has occurred since the pre-industrial era, that is 1880 to 19, might seem small, but it means a significant increase in the accumulated heat, or you can say that will significantly contribute to the increase in the global warming. So that extra heat is driving the regional and the seasonal temperature to a extreme level and basically reducing the snow cover and the sea ice, which is not good for the existence of the human beings, and basically intensify heavy rainfall and changing habitual ranges for planets and animal, and expanding some and shrinking the other areas. So from these pictures it is clear that due to various types of energy release, and our temperature around the earth goes on increasing, and there are many severe effects on the increasing temperature for global warming. So global warming is the reason for that. So to elaborate the same, you can see I have two pictures here in this slide. One is the natural greenhouse effect and human enhanced greenhouse effect. So you can say in the natural greenhouse effect we have sun, we have our earth, atmosphere, and we have greenhouse gases containing of CO2, nitrogen. So when the solar radiation comes from sun to earth, then they are reflected back and they are more heat escape into the space, or they may be reflected down. So if it is reflected down more, then our temperature will increase, which is not good for the existence of the human beings or for the animals or for the plants. So this is natural, but what happen in the human enhanced greenhouse effect? So less heat is escaped and mostly it comes back toward the earth. So that will basically increase the temperature of the earth. So you can say more greenhouse gases. So that's the reason why we are thinking about the greener energy. You can say one concept is there nowadays, that is smart cities. So smart city concept is feasible when the source of energy are smart enough, or you can say renewable type. And when I do the comparison, then you can, at the end of this video lecture, you can easily conclude that it is a smarter, or you can say energy efficient, or you can say cheaper idea to use conventional source of energy and to replace them with newer source of energy, that is non-conventional source of energy. So here, what is the effect of global warming? As we see in the previous slide itself, that due to the more greenhouse gases surrounding around the earth, we have global warming. Temperature of the earth goes on increasing, and that result in the depletion in the sea coastal areas, or you can say melting of the ice, which is not good for the existence of the human beings, animals, or you can say planet, or for nature itself. So more frequent and bad weather, higher temperature are basically worsening many types of disasters, including storms, heat, waves, floods, and even droughts. And due to that, higher death rates. So when the human beings start living in the abnormal environments, which is not normal, then you can say our BP increase, our sugar level increase, or many types of uncured disease may comes. And dirtier air, so this will directly affect the lungs of the human beings. Higher wildlife extinction rates, so you can say that is on the verge of vanish. More acidic ocean, so you can say polluted water. Higher sea levels, so when the sea level increases higher, then there are chances of floods, or you can say even the chances of storms are increasing, or you can say there may be tsunami. So you can see that global warming is not good for the human beings or for the nature as a whole. So the next question arises, basically we are discussing why we goes toward renewable energy resources. So what is our participation? So as a civilized, educated person of the societies, the human activity, basically particularly consumption of the fossil fuel, are basically altering the climate system, and human driven changes in land use and land cover, such as deforestation, urbanization, and shift in vegetation pattern, also alter the climate weather, you can say, resulting in change to the reflectivity of the earth's surface, that is albedo effect. Emission from burning of forest, urban heat, Iceland effect, and change in the natural water cycle. So because of the primary cause of recent global climate change is human being, so solution must also be found out by the human being, or you can say human domain itself. So the transparency about the cause of the climate changes allow for the effective solution to be developed and deployed. So you can say our participation is very much important if we want to constrain, or you can say decrease the global warming phenomena surrounding our earth environments. So we as a social person have the responsibility to curtail this. So now in the previous slide itself we have discussed that there are various reasons for the resources to be responsible for the global warming. So here is two pictures, one is the renewable energy, another one is the non-renewable energy. So it is clear from the picture itself. This picture look much clear, much better than this one. So this is renewable, means new way of energy. As you know that in this universe, everyone is energized with the help of some energy. So the main reason, what is the source of energy? So that depend on whether we are using modern way of energy or whether we are using conventional way of energy. So if you are using modern way of energy, then definitely we will get better results rather than the non-conventional way of energy. So this is clear in the picture itself that we won't require such kind of scenario, and we are basically promoting this one. So this must be promoted. So as we talk, if you talk about more technically, then this is a comparison between renewable energy and non-renewable energy, or you can say conventional source of energy. And renewable energy is also known as non-conventional source of energy, in short, non-conventional energy resources, NCER. So basically, if you talk about definition wise, so renewable energy is basically a type of energy that is basically refilled naturally over the course of time, and it is also known as green energy, which can be helpful in the green building concept itself. So this energy is basically generated naturally from sunlight, wind, tides, heat, or that may be rain. Okay, that may be rain also. So as far as the non-renewable energy resources or conventional source of energy are concerned, so non-renewable energy resources on the other hand is a type of energy which cannot be refilled or take a long time to restock, even thousands of years. So example of this is fossil fuel, natural gas, coal, petroleum, uranium, and these all come under the category of non-renewable source of energy. So basically they cannot be produced by the human beings in a shorter time span, so they are naturally available. And another disadvantage of this is they are more polluting the environments, or they are basically the main cause of the greenhouse effect increase, or you can say increase in the global warming or the global temperature surrounding the earth. So it comes, so if you talk about non-renewable energy resources, so it comes out of the ground as solid, liquid, or in gaseous form. Okay, so it is clear from this slide that renewable energy sources are green energy sources, and they are non-conventional type of energy resources which can be produced by the human beings as per the requirements. And conventional types of energy sources are, you can say, God gifted, and they are naturally available in nature, so we can't reproduce them. So if we talk about in little bit detail about the conventional source of energy and non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source of energy, so it's short, you can write down it NCER, non-conventional energy resources also. Okay, so this is a comparison. So this table, so if you talk about first point, conventional source of energy, so these source of energy are not abundant and present in limited quantity. Example is coal, petroleum, and natural gas. So they are not abundant, they are present in limited quantity only. But if you compare the same point with respect to non-conventional source of energy, then these sources of energy are abundant in nature, and example is solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, biogas, biomass. So these are non-conventional source of energy. So if you talk about the next comparison between conventional and non-conventional source of energy, so they have been in use for a long time, since the ancient time, and non-conventional source of energy, they are yet in development phase over the past few years. Maybe you can say, and the significant contribution of solar energy in last 60 or 55 years to be precise. So if you talk about the next comparison, conventional source of energy are not replenished continuously, and they are formed over a millions of years. by their own phenomena, or you can say by nature itself, or you can say that is God gifted. But the non-conventional source of energy, they are replenished continuously by the natural process, and that will be done by the human beings. So if you make the next comparison, then the conventional source of energy are also called non-renewable source of energy. Non-renewable source of energy, and this is known as renewable source of energy. Okay. So if you make the next comparison, so the conventional source of energy can be exhausted completely due to the overconsumption except for the hydel power. So they may be vanished except for the hydel power. But as far as the non-conventional energy resources or renewable energy resources are concerned, they cannot be exhausted completely because they can be man-made. So they can be produced according to our requirement by the human being itself. So this is a comparison. So if we extend the comparison further, let us discuss. So you can discuss next point. The conventional source of energy pollute the environment by emitting harmful gases and also contribute to the global warming, as we discussed in the first slide of the today's video lecture content itself. So they are the major culprit for the global warming, which is not good. And the non-conventional or you can say renewable source of energy are environment friendly and they do not pollute the environment. So this is the biggest edge of the renewable source of energy over non-renewable source of energy, or you can say non-conventional source of energy over conventional source of energy. If you make out the next comparison, conventional source of energy are commonly used for industrial and commercial purpose mainly. And if you talk about the renewable or non-conventional source of energy, they are commonly used for household purpose. Why it is so? Why it is so this point? Why they are used for household purpose? So the main point is that technology is in developing phase. So that is not completely developed. So you require a large power or large energy for the industrial and commercial purpose, and the efficiency of our, as we can discuss in the advantage and disadvantage also in today's video lectures and slide contents. So the renewable energy resources or non-conventional source of energy are not so much powerful, not so much efficient to run a commercial or industrial applications. They may be used to run, you can say, micro scale industry, maybe you can say atta chakki at home. So the next comparison is the conventional source of energy have heavy expenditure is involved in using and maintaining these source of energy. As you can say, when you take out the crude oil from the earth, then many processes are used to extract the petroleum or you can say diesel or the natural gas from that, and then the transportation cost is also very high. But if you are using non-conventional or renewable types of source of energy, so using these source is less expensive. Why it is less expensive? Because they are locally available. So you can say this is centralized type source of energy, this is decentralized type source of energy. So you can say this is, you can make your house or building or you can say even office self-dependent. Okay. If you make out the next comparison, then conventional source of energy are used extensively at a higher rate than the non-conventional source of energy. Why it is so? Because we are more aware about till date about the renewable source of energy, and you can say efficiency of this is higher, so they can be used for commercial and industry. But for renewable source of energy or non-conventional source of energy, they are not used as extensively as conventional source of energy. Okay, so this is another comparison. So in next slide, if you talk about the major types of renewable energy, so these are the 5 types. First one is solar energy, second one is wind energy, then third one is tidal energy, then fourth one is geothermal energy, and fifth one is biomass energy. And in the black itself is written the source of particular types of energy which is comes under renewable energy category. So solar energy can be extracted from sun itself, wind energy obviously from wind, tidal energy can be extracted from the ocean waves, geothermal energy, this is basically the energy of the earth. Okay, biomass energy is basically extracted from the agriculture, or you can say from the food waste. So you can say 5 popular types of renewable energy are solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, geothermal and biomass energy. So if you talk about the non-renewable energy, or you can say conventional source of energy, so that is petroleum, coal, natural gas and crude oil. Okay, so if you talk about petroleum, they are basically formed within the underground sedimentary rocks itself. And if you talk about coal, this is basically a deposit of many years plants which are found deep within the ground, which when burned produce huge amount of heat energy. And when you talk about natural gas, this is basically found deep rock beds along with coal, and also this is basically byproduct of petroleum. You talk about crude oil, this is basically found deep underground within the sedimentary rock itself. So you can say non-renewable types of energy are petroleum, coal, natural gas and crude oil. So now let us talk about, as we have already discussed in today's video lecture content itself, comparison between conventional and non-conventional, or you can say non-renewable and renewable source of energy. Then we have already concluded that there are many advantages of renewable energy resources over non-renewable energy resources or source of energy, but still we have enlisted some of the advantage of the renewable energy in comparison to the non-renewable, or you can say conventional source of energy resources. So first one is the renewable source. So the main highlight of the renewable source like solar energy, or you can say wind energy or tidal energy or biomass or geothermal energy is that it is renewable. It can be reproduced as per the requirements by the human being itself, and it can be replenished easily, and the more the use, the more it is reproduced. Okay, so this is renewable source, easily available. So this is another biggest advantage of the renewable source of energy, that it is easily available on the regular basis itself, especially the solar power which is used for the solar cell or solar power plants. Then non-polluting, this is a very silent features of the renewable source of energy. This is non-polluting type. The renewable source does not cause any kind of pollution, does not cause any kind of pollution. So you can give it 5 star. Okay, this characteristics. So no greenhouse gases are being released in the process. So you can say global warming effect is negligible for the renewable source of energy usage, and renewable resources are environment friendly. So they are environment friendly, low cost. This is again advantage, since the availability of these natural green resources is abundant and it can be produced at a very low cost. So this increase the saving and the profit. Okay, then improve health. According to me, this is the biggest advantage of the renewable source of energy over non-renewable source of energy, or you can say non-conventional source of energy advantage over conventional source of energy because everyone desire a good health, so this will basically contribute for the good health. So improve health. So the eco-friendly renewable sources basically improve the health of the population, as it basically causes no pollution, and the ozone layer get protected in the process itself. So you can say the harmful rays which can come in our earth surroundings are less likely if we are using many, or you can say number of renewable energy resources for our daily or household, or you can say even for our industry or commercial purpose, rather than running them on the conventional source of energy just like coal, petroleum, gas or diesel. But one thing is, no one is perfect in this world including human beings. So how can you say that this energy has the upper hand in every aspect? So definitely there are some disadvantages or minus points, negative points of the renewable energy as compared to non-renewable source of energy. So first one is the reliability. So this is one of the major disadvantage of the renewable energy resources, is that it is not reliable, and basically it depend on the climate, temperature, geographical location, humidity, speed of wind and so on. So you can say reliability is an issue. So if you require solar energy, then the sun rays are directly available to your solar panel. So if you are going for the wind energy, so the area, coastal area may be there, and the height of the fan is much higher than the earth surface, and the wind speed must be high. So this depend on the geographical location. So the functional of these natural resources basically depend upon a lot of factors, and they cannot be completely relied on this every time. So limited location, as I have already covered. This is another major disadvantage of the renewable energy. The plants and the industry cannot be set up anywhere if we are using only renewable source of energy for the running purpose. So it can only set up as per its availability. As see, if you want to use tidal power, then your industry location should be near to the sea area, coastal areas. So there are some security issues, so we cannot set up, and then transportation cost is also increased, so we can't set up each and every industry near to tidal areas. Okay. Then misuse. This is another disadvantage of renewable source of energy. Since the availability is in the plenty, so it is more likely to be misused by the mankind, because we are saying that we pay for the solar panel one time, then if you use it for the whole days, running AC for the whole days, if it is capable to run by solar energy, or it can be used for the 4 to 8 hours a day. So misuse is basically another disadvantage, and this basically depend on the individual intention rather than the renewable energy direct disadvantage. Then the last one is the high capital investment. High capital investment. So you can say a large amount of money is basically needed for building up the industry that uses these natural resources as raw materials. So high capital investment is required for the renewable energy resources powered industry setup. So this is another disadvantage of renewable energy resources. Okay. So basically in today's lecture we discuss about, or you can say we discuss about the what is renewable energy resources, why we required it, and make a comparison between renewable energy and non-renewable source of energy, and at last we discuss about some of the advantage and disadvantage of the renewable energy resources over non-renewable energy resources. So if you talk about references, so for today's video lecture content, I have taken the references of these three materials, books. Thank you students and Jai Hind.